All right, I'm here with my boy. You want to introduce yourself?
uh, I'm Alex, a wrestling coach here at Team Quest. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much my background.
How long you been doing wrestling for?
uh, since like 2012, uh, it's my passion. It's never far from my mind. It's just something I constantly think about. Yeah, like daily chores or anything, it's still just in the back of my head. Yeah.
So what is it about wrestling that you like so much, though?
Uh, it I guess it really teaches you about like discipline or even like discipline in the moment. You know, like to execute certain moves, you have to be disciplined in the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of moves, right? I would always remember you talking to me about like when you would wrestle in high school, and then you wrestled in college too, right?
Yeah, community college. Well, I practiced with the team like uh, for 3 years. I really didn't get to compete for the school. I more like practice with the team,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad. Really didn't get to like showcase what I was capable of while I was there. But yeah, it was definitely an experience where I grew
Okay.
during those years.
So speaking of wrestling for so long, I know there's a bunch of moves that you have in your pocket, but what is your go-to
Hmm.
when all else fails? What's like your signature wrestling move?
Blast double.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's very simple, but like if in the heat of battle, you know, when you're like in the pocket, there's so much chaos going on. I think that's a move that you could always kind of resort to. You know, you could kind of spam it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
You're pretty successful with that one?
yeah. It well, I think I could land it like at least once during the match.
Yeah.
Other than that, like it's like a one-trick pony type
It
of
all
thing.
depends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I gotta ask. I know this has been like the talk of the gym from like here and there,
Mm.
but do you ever think that you're gonna take any sort of fight, whether it's an amateur MMA fight, a Muay Thai fight, or even an IKF fight, like the point sparring with kickboxing or Muay Thai? What do you think?
Yeah. I really, yeah.
Because we know you've done well. Obviously, we know you've competed in wrestling. We know you have a little bit of competition background in jiu-jitsu. So what about your striking?
Mm. I don't really like striking. Yeah, yeah. So it's just like that's the man dance, right? Uh, I like to avoid the man dance and take it to the ground. So that's why I don't really uh, look to get after it.
Okay.
But I think I got to get pushed to do it. You know, I'm
Yeah.
comfortable doing what I'm doing, but I think I need a little push.
Okay.
To be honest, you know, sign me up and then give me a date, and it'll get me anxious to get ready for it.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my next question, right? Considering all of that, like being that I train at Team Quest, that I like to be around this kind of MMA environment, I always hear a lot when it comes to like the MMA because I don't really watch UFC all that often, but I always hear a lot that a good base or foundation to an MMA game is wrestling. What do you think about that? And why do you think people say that a lot?
Mm. I think wrestling is a good, solid base for MMA because of the reps you get in training with wrestling. Like to get a move down, you have to just do it over and over again, where it's like really becomes like meaningless how many times you hit it. But so when you're in like chaos, your body just reacts instead of thinking, and I think a lot of wrestlers, it's an instinct. It's already ingrained into their body. So when they're like in contact with somebody in the heat of battle, their body is just going.
Yeah.
Instead of like thinking of the chess game, they're just going. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of chess game, I know this interview's a little back and forth with all the questioning, but what's your most memorable match when it comes to wrestling? The one that stands out the most, whether you won or lost or whatever it may be.
Probably my final match of competition at Cerritos. Yeah, I lost it. I think it's memorable to me because it made me face like reality, where we put a picture of ourselves in our mind, and we think we're very like dominant, but when we're faced with somebody that like matches our pace or even like is slightly above our pace, it's very like memorable. So that's why it's like memorable.
So you remember like what happened, like where did it go wrong?
His pace,
Oh, okay.
and he was just in my face constantly.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted to be there constantly with him, he was right there, and he had an answer for everything that I threw at him. So he was just a step ahead of me, and I'm usually a step ahead of everybody else. So when that happened to me, it made me realize, it humbled me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had a pretty good record before that, or?
He had an answer for
Okay.
everything. When usually, people have an answer for one or two things, but when they have an answer for everything, you're just getting hit with a dead end.
Yeah.
Which is it's fun. Not a lot of people could get you there.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the Team Quest gym, right? Where you coach wrestling. How do you like it? How do you like coaching? Like, what's your thought on that? Because you've gone to
I used to like
competing.
competing more than like teaching,
Yeah.
But being at Team Quest, it made me start to transition where I'd like to slow things down and teach, and it made me really happy to start seeing people improve, and then just seeing their improvement where they had like zero wrestling to where they're able to give me a hard time or go over to different gyms and give other people hard times, and just coming back to the gym and hearing that they're doing well at other places, it motivates me to just keep showing more and teaching them more. Yeah, I enjoy teaching people to be successful in wrestling. When I see people get stuck in certain positions, I like to teach them to not get stuck there,
Yeah. Give them more tools in their back pocket. Give them ways out and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because I mean, even myself, right? I think out of jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, everything that we teach here at or not we, but everything that's taught here at Team Quest, in my mind and in my opinion, I think wrestling is probably one of the most like physically demanding, mentally demanding
Yeah.
class that we teach, which is good. However, especially with a new person that's never done wrestling, that has just no background in any of this at all, what would you tell them to get into it, to get started maybe, or even to even get like interested? What would be your
Maybe
advice?
like to get interested in it, like see high intensity matches or like elite matches where you see people showcase what they have, so you kind of have an idea of what's like possible, what people are possible of doing, and just showing up. Just show up and don't be hard on yourself in the beginning. That's something I was kind of big on myself in the beginning. It would frustrate me when I wouldn't understand something, but now years down the line, I see like you just have to show up and hit your reps, and over time, things will fall into place. You start to get more fluid, and without having all that frustration, things will just start to land into place. As far as like physically demanding, you just have to show up and give your effort, 100% your effort for the time given at practice. Like if it practice is 2 hours, demand max effort of yourself for those 2 hours. The next class, again, those 2 hours, just clock in, and over time, over months, your body will like just transform. You start to mold into a wrestler. That's the wrestler body type. It's just reps, and you only get that from wrestling and lifting people's bodies. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So someone that has no knowledge of any of this, right? What would you tell them to, like, how would, I guess you would say, motivate them to come and try it out, to check it out? What would be, like, especially with the younger cats nowadays, they're a little shy and all that. Like, what advice would you give them to come at least check it out? Come get started? Because I know a lot of people, like even myself, it took me a minute when I moved out here to even come to the gym and get started and get over the fact that I'm about to go into a room full of strangers.
I think wrestling is like the best thing you could do, anybody could do for yourself, because it's like you're throwing yourself into a world of discipline that you have no knowledge of, and the things that you get out of it, like you get stronger legs, stronger neck, stronger body, and to get good at wrestling, you have to get good at different areas of your life, like your health, your diet, your sleep. If you really want to get good, then those things matter to you. If you don't want to get good at wrestling, then just don't put in effort.
Yeah.
If it hurts you to lose, to be dominated by somebody, then you're gonna get mad and you're not gonna like that, and that motivates you to wanna to get better, to not feel those emotions. So it really actually makes you stronger, makes you face those voices in your head. And I think that's what I really enjoy most of wrestling, is you're constantly fighting those voices in your head. Should I take that shot? I'm in pain. I don't want to stand up. This is a lot of work. You're constantly fighting those voices, and when you tell those voices to shut up and you dominate those voices, that's when the magic happens. You take somebody down. You get up from the bottom, and when those things clock into your head, that's when confidence kicks in, and you feel kind of unstoppable during those moments.
Yeah. Gain more confidence in yourself and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with wrestling. It's like you gain so much confidence in yourself because you start to see your progress and your evolution from not having like uh, good balance, you know, or a good base. You have to have solid base, a solid stance, or else you'll be getting tossed around. So I think that's why people like wrestling for their footwork as well.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Just a couple more questions. I always see you in the gym, especially with your brother, always working out, always trying to stay fit and healthy. And as far as I know, everybody that does that has a cheat day. So on your cheat day, what do you pig out on?
Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 100%. I could eat Chinese food every day.
What do you get? Is there something that you always get, or is it just Chinese food and it's mixed? Like
Fried rice. I don't do chow mein because it's too much carbs. You know, like yeah, fried rice, and I do teriyaki chicken and barbecue chicken.
okay.
So it's a lot of chicken.
What do you drink with that?
Water. So I don't drink like soda. Just if you eliminate soda from your diet, you'll probably lose like 10 pounds off your body without doing anything. Just taking it out of your diet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And for this last question, I want to also record it on my phone because I want to post it on my story because we have a teammate, a friend that's fighting tomorrow on the 30th with Up Next Fighting, Nathan Hawthorne. And I wanted to maybe have you tell him anything like a message, a good luck, or whatever it is you have to say to him. If you have anything to say to him, that'd be cool.
Nate, I have like complete confidence in your ability. You know, your determination, your hard work is like, it's crazy. Like, I don't think anybody can match it. You know, if there's a fire I see in your eyes that you love to be in the fire. You like to be in the heat, and I fucking love that from you. So I don't think this person likes to be in those deep waters, and you're gonna take him there, and you're gonna take his ass out. I believe you're gonna KO this kid, you know? So I see you getting better and better and better every single day. And that's just compounding interest, you know? And you're leaving these people in the dust. So I believe you're gonna kick this guy's ass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Nate.
Let's go, Nate.
All right. Thank you, sir.